Hi fellow traders, I am making this video to let you know that I did not enter buy position yet despite 4-hour candle closed above 1182. We have another scenario here, and that is Gartley. If you look at this development from this point, this made AB equal CD pattern, almost touched 100% extension, slightly below, maybe 1 pip below. So this made a Gartley pattern. When there is, from this point you can consider X, A, B, C, D. This is the Gartley. And price may fall down following this Gartley because this is a bearish Gartley. This is the one thing. Gartleys are reversal pattern. Even if Gartley doesn't work, doesn't work to make the complete reversal, it can cause at least 30% retracement against the whole move up from A to D. So let's check where is 30% for the whole of this whole move up. This 30% is 1180 area. Even if market is supposed to continue to the upside, it should come down to 1180 area as per this Gartley. This is the one scenario. Another scenario that is also harmonic. If we look at this development of ABCD, the previous retracement was 50% of the upward movement. Let's measure this. This was 50%. You see 50 line? And this time, if we believe in harmony, then this time also it should be like 50% of this similar kind of swing, very fast and upswing. And this 50 is the same area, 1180. So 1180, either we understand the 50% of the swing or we understand 30% of this entire A to D, then this 1180 is going to be touched by the market. And we will further be looking for development at 1180, and then we will enter buy position. Otherwise, I'll rather skip buy position. So this is one reason behind not entering buy position uh, despite the criteria met on the 4-hour time frame. This candle closed well above the 50% retracement. 50% of whole move down was this 1182 83 area. This was, so I was waiting for this. Anyway, so let's delete this, and I'm still targeting if this Gartley will work. Maybe we'll go to this 50% of weekly time frame, which I have already illustrated in previous video. This 50% of weekly time frame is 1110 area, and this 127% of the last upswing. This is the last upswing from this point to this point. 127.2% extension of this last upswing is around 1.11, and this 100% from, if this Gartley will absolutely work, then it will be like ABCD to the downside 100% from A to B, and this will be the final C, and D will be here 100%, and this will be 1090. So next destination of the EUR USD will be something between 1090 and 1.1110. 1110, 1090, something between this area. This is going to be the next target, but we have to be careful if there will be reaction from the 1180 area. If Gartley will not work as complete reversal, and if price will just move retrace down and move back from 1180 area, then we'll have to be careful. If it doesn't move back to upside from 1180, then we can enter sell position rather than thinking of buy. To enter sell position, we should be looking at 1180 as well as this pattern, this relative strength index. We have to understand if really strength is going down. If Euro USD is weakening, then this will come down. It will cross below this 50. And you already know why I use RSI 24 and how I determine strength, and I use this only on 1-hour time frame. This is the one way of determining the strength. The second way is to look at the price behavior in past. So let's go back and see whenever euro goes up, what is the style of euro. The style of euro is like this. Last time you saw there was a stagnation for almost like 72 hours from this point to this point. It was 66-67 hours. The same thing shows in my broker that it was 72 hours because of different opening closing time during holidays. So something, you can say something around 70 hours. And let's go back, and if we look at this, it was also the similar kind of price stagnation, slow moving price for same like 70 hours. You see, the first parameter is the number of candles. So this was the same, and then price moved up with such kind of speed. You see, this was the speed. Let's understand the speed by this angle. So I'll take it to the right side and I will understand the speed. I need similar kind of speed to reach 1280 area. You know why am I talking about 1280? Go to previous analysis and see the ABCDs which are pointing 1280 to the upside. So if we look at the previous speed, this angle and recent, so this was previous one was faster. So let's cancel this. At least the current movement should at least follow this speed, not as fast as the previous one, but at least it should follow the speed of last one. But if it is not going to follow even this speed of the last swing, then I will be skeptical about further movement to the upside. Maybe price will be stagnating to the sideways for many days, and it will not go to 1280 area, neither it will come to 1110 area. So we'll have to be very careful. So I'll just plot this line here, and I want price to move along with this line. It should not cross this line. Even if it crosses, it should trade along this with line to maintain the speed. There is a need for the speed. Otherwise, if it will fall down, and if it will deviate from this line very much, then this price action will be considered either bearish or sluggish enough not to enter buy. So we'll be looking at the curve of RSI. If RSI will go down and cross below 50 with very fast angle, and if this comes down, we rather enter sell. Otherwise, no sell, no buy, stay on sidelines, because price may go to sideways. So this is my update on Euro USD situation. There are two more reasons why I'm not entering buy right now. The one is dollar index. I don't know whether dollar index is available on this chart or not. Let me check just a second. USDX. Just a second. Sorry, dollar index is not available. But if you go to dollar index, you'll find that there is a similar kind of Gartley on dollar index. And if you look at the daily time frame on dollar index, there is a bullish engulfing candle pattern which has not completed its target to the upside. So dollar index is supposed to move up and complete its target. If it will move up, then Euro USD will fall down, because Euro USD is predominant part of dollar index. They are indirectly proportional. Whenever Euro USD falls, dollar index rises. Other currency pairs at the same time are going to strengthen dollar. And if dollar is going to strengthen, then definitely Euro USD will not be easily going to 1280 area. If you remember the previous analysis of pound, then I had explained this scenario on pound. That pound is going to complete this A, B, C, and D 61.8%. Now I have one more scenario, and I have re-entered sell position on pound. I have a sell position once from here, 1.3201 area, when the 4-hour candle was broken to the downside. Sorry, not here. Sorry, yeah, here. So I was talking about price action from this point. All right. So when this was broken, 3201, this closing and opening is different on this MetaQuotes demo, and very different in my broker. So I had mentioned this in my previous analysis. 3201 is where I entered my sell position, and then I entered again a sell position with the half risk compared to the previous one, so that I will not lose nothing at the end, because I have already moved my SL to the break-even point in previous sell position. I have another sell position in this one, because last 4-hour candle closed as something like shooting star, which is a bearish candle, and now I have a new ABCD, this A, B, C, and D 100%. I'm going to target this 100%, which is very near to previous ABCD 61.8. So I will enter the recent position at this 2944 area, ABCD 100, and the old position at 61.8, which is almost the previous low, around 2906, 2900 area. So this is my view on GBP USD. This is similar to the previous view, and if GBP USD will be going down, this will strengthening dollar. Or USD is going down, still this target 30% is has not been reached. Most probably price is going to reach it. You can correlate this with the previous analysis of OR USD. I had said that the market this time, after completion of this butterfly, is going to complete at least 30% of entire move from this point to this point. So 30% of that entire move is this. This is going to be completed, or USD is going down. Similar kind of situation we had on NZUSD. That NZUSD was also supposed to complete this 30%, which has not been completed, around 66.23 of this whole move from this point to this point. And I was targeting 30% of this entire move from this to this point, and this is the 30% line. This one 30, you can see 30 written here, and this is the MACD predictor. Price has closed below MACD. It means it has changed the trend on daily to the downside. So these all kind of setups are suggesting that the dollar will gain strengthen. Dollar will strengthen. If dollar will strengthen, it will be a trouble for Euro USD bulls, and it will be helpful for Euro USD bears. So even if Euro will strengthen on its own, but the USD will also strengthen because of these factors, Euro USD may be sluggish and may be going to the sideways. Rather, we'll be looking at the USD JPY and try to find opportunity to go long, not on USD JPY but on Euro JPY. If Euro still stays in the sideways, or maybe sluggish, maybe something like this movement, this kind of movement, then we can buy Euro JPY rather than buying Euro USD, even if we have the bullish scenario. So what we can do is we can look at the USD JPY. USD JPY is just making a ground for upward retracement, and if upward retracement on USD JPY takes place, it means we can price, we can take benefit of Euro USD and USD JPY. If Euro is strengthening, dollar is also strengthening at the same time. Euro USD will be sideways, but Euro JPY will be going to the upside. So what will be the next destination of Euro JPY? If we really find bullish scenario of Euro JPY. Otherwise, if we find bearish means I have explained. If it goes below, if RSI crosses below, if this price goes below and do not trade along with this line, then there is no possibility for buying Euro JPY. Euro JPY is an alternative scenario when Euro USD struggles to go upside, but USD JPY goes to the upside, then we can buy Euro JPY rather than staying on sidelines. Otherwise, if Euro USD confirms bearish, then sell Euro USD. Do not buy USD JPY because I'm not expecting any very big movement to upside in USD JPY because of the global tensions, which I had explained in the previous video of CAD JPY and USD JPY. There was one video combining three currencies, CAD JPY and USD. So that's all about USD JPY Euro right now, and some updates on pound also. Thank you for watching, and if there is something, this video has become a little mixed up, but if there is, I'm trading almost on all currencies. My way of trading is to find stronger currency versus weaker currency, and then make a pair and then trade. I do not have a favorite pair. I do not depend on one pair. I keep looking at all these currencies, and sometimes even I make pair like odd and ZD, GBP, CHF, some kind of pair like this. But I always consider USD and JPY to find out my base currency pair. USD because many times you'll find that when there are global tensions, JPY strengthens as the strongest base currency. Second is Swiss franc, and third is USD, and the weakest Canadian dollar becomes the weakest. All right, so that's all. Unlike my last video of Canadian dollar, because that was influenced by the increase in the oil price. Generally, CAD is risk currency. So that's all. Coming back, new thing which you learned from this video is to wait for bearish confirmation, or wait for bullish confirmation in USD JPY, bullish confirmation in USD JPY plus similar movement. If you find like here ellipse, then buy Euro JPY, or else bearish confirmation then sell Euro USD. If you are in GBP USD, you have not entered sell around 3200, then you can enter sell right now. You can target this 100% with the stop loss right above this. I have two positions. I have the stop loss of this positions right above this candle. Actually, I'm just trading in New York session and European session, so I don't have any SL right now in my position. I'm waiting for candles. If a 4-hour candle will close above, then I'll close this position. Otherwise, after New York session, not between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. New York time, because that is when spreads are widened. After 6 p.m., I'll set my SL above this. So if you have not entered sell position, you can enter right now, but this is a little risky because you have a single sell position. I have already a sell position here which is in profit. This is half, and I have placed only half risk in this sell position. So this is about the GBP USD. If you want to enter right now, this is a bearish scenario. There is no problem here. And if we get an opportunity to buy Euro JPY, as I said, then what will be the target on Euro JPY? All right, coming to this scenario. So let me first remove all these tools. Recent movement has completed. This AB equals CD kind of pattern, like this is the AB and this is CD. So price has extended above the 100% already. This has completed because of some bullish action recently in USD JPY from this point to this point. The USD JPY is the way to understand whether Japanese yen is strengthening or weakening, because there is no separate index for Japanese yen. We have dollar index, we have euro index as well. My broker shows euro index as well, separate euro index, but we don't have Japanese yen index. If you have, share with me, it will be helpful. So basically I'm trying to understand weakness of Japanese yen. If there will be slight weakness in Japanese yen, then Japanese yen pairs will be retracing to the upside. All right, so coming to this Euro JPY, I'm trying to find out the target. There are two ways of finding target. One is ABCD extension, another one is finding Fibonacci retracement. So let's not complicate this. We do not have the extension right now. Even if we have the extension, then this is going to be this 1618% extension of this recent ABCD. And I believe this has also been completed, or maybe we are very near to that. Yeah, 1618 already completed. So we cannot determine any target on the basis of recent movement. Rather, we should be looking at the natural support resistance or Fibonacci retracement. So next may be a destination like maybe 50%, next will be 61%. But what will be the risk reward? If we enter around this area, then this will be a risk of 64. Here will be the stop loss. This will be 63 pips stop loss, and almost like 70 pips take profit. So let it retrace a little, and when euro will react from that 1180 area, then, and if USD JPY will also be bullish, slightly bullish, just like it is going to the upside, then we can enter buy, and we can just take this position with 1:1 risk reward ratio. 64 65 pips stop loss and almost like 70 pips take profit. So this will be the nearest target for Euro JPY if euro doesn't fall. So keep watching, and let me know if there is something which you did not understand, too much mixed up, too many currencies. But I'll have to look at all these currencies to eventually find out one currency, one better currency pair to trade. All right, thank you for watching.